Now we will discuss how to find out the square root of a problem, taking some few examples here. Okay, now see here. First of all, suppose if I want to find out the square root of 4-digit number 1156 1156. See, to tell the square root of it any triple digit number, it is very easy. Why? Because it comes under 30 squares. But to find out the square root of a number which is a 4-digit or 5-digit which is beyond 30 squares, it will be little difficult. But here we are going to find out the square roots of the numbers, either it is 4-digit or 5-digit, in very easier ways. Now clearly observe. First of all, what is the first step of the finding a square root of a number? First step is, first of all, from the right side you need to make the number partition into two digits. What is the first step of finding a square root? Make the number partition, okay, from the right side into two digits. Suppose there are 4 digits. From the right side, first divide 2 digits, then go for 2 digits. That is the first step of finding a square root. Second step, right? So anyhow, after partitioning the number, okay, from the right side, this is the first partition and this is the second partition for us. Okay, if you see from the right side. Now suppose, what is the second step? First of all, look at the end digit of the square number. What is the end digit of the square number? Or I can ask like this. So the square number which is given under the root is ending in which digit? Ending in 6. Yes or no? If a square number is ending in 6, its square root should end in either 4 or 6. So my answer should end with either 4 or 6. Yes or no? Now one blank is going to be left beside that number to the left side. Why? Because this is my ending numbers. These are either 4 or 6 are my ending numbers of the answer, that is square root numbers. Okay, now we have to find out what is the left side part of the answer. To find out the left side part of the answer, okay, go for the second partition of the given square number. What is the second partition here? 11. Yes or no? First of all, you tell me 11 comes between which square numbers? 11 comes between which square numbers? It comes between 3 square and 4 square. Yes or no? 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16. So 11 comes between 3 square and 4 square. But remember one thing, the left blank which you are going to get in the answer, okay, that is always filled with the lower square number. Out of 3 square and 4 square, what is the lower square? 3 square. So the left side part should always filled with the lower number, that is 3. So now my answer is either 34 or 36. My answer is either 34 or 36. Okay. Now, how to find out which is the right answer among these two? See, I got two possibilities. One should be either 34 and another should be either 36. Out of these two, how to find out the possibilities? Right possibility, or how to find out the right answer? Now, how to find out? Now see here. Now you tell me between 34 and 36, or otherwise I can say, take this one, 3 and 4. 3 and 4, that means between which squares we have? 3 and 4. Take the product of 3 and 4. What is product of 3 and 4? Okay, 3 4s are 12. Yes or no? Now compare this second partition number 11, okay, with 12. Compare 11 with 12. Okay, is 11, that means second partition number, is 11 greater than 12 or less than 12? Is it greater than 12 or less than 12? Less than 12. Yes or no? The 11 is less than 12. That means, if it is less than the product of the two square numbers, okay, the answer will be lesser value. If it is greater than, then the answer is greater value. So out of these two, my answer will be the lesser value. Which is lesser value? 34 or 36? 34. So obviously this is my answer and this cannot be. Understand? So one more time I am going to explain. First of all, what is the first step to find out the square root? Make the number okay, into partitions from the right side, two digits. Why? Because see, square means to the power of 2. Yes or no? That's why we are making two digits partition from the right side. And that is the first step. Now what is the second step? Check, go to the second partition. That is the left side part of the number. 11. 11 comes between which squares? 3 square and 4 square. Yes or no? But my left side part of the answer always should be filled with lesser number only. That is how much? 3. So my answer is either 34 or 36. To find out which is the right one, either 34 or 36, how to find out? Okay, to get that one, multiply the value 3 and 4. That means between which squares it got? 3 and 4, right? So multiply 3 and 4. How much? 12. This 12 will be compared with the main number, that is 11. So compare 11 with the product which we got, 3 into 4. Is 11 greater than 12 or less than 12? Less than 12 only? Yes or no? Is the second partition number lesser than the product or greater than the product? It is lesser than the product. Yes or no? That's why always the lesser number will be my answer. If it is greater than the number, greater than the product, then my answer will be greater number. But here it is lesser, so my answer is lesser number, that is for the 34. Now we will do the second one in the same way. First of all, make a partition 4, 2, 3, 0, 4. Okay, make a partition 2 digits, 2 digits. This is my first partition, second partition. If a number, the square number is ending in 4, so the square number is ending in 4. The square should end in, see here, 2 or 8. So my answer should end in 2 or 8 with a blank left in the left side. Okay, now come to the second partition, 23. 23 comes between which square? It comes between 4 square and 5 square. Yes or no? It comes between 4 square and 5 square. Now you can see, suppose for example, but okay, before that one, always the left blank should be filled with which number? Lesser number only, that is 4. So my answer should be either 42 or 48. So how to find out which is the right answer, either 42 or 48? Just multiply these two digits in between which the number falls. Okay, the second partition falls between 4 and 5, right? So multiply those two, 4 into 5, that is 20. Now compare the second partition number with the product which we got, 20. So is 23 greater than 20 or lesser than 20? Once again, is 23, okay, compare with 20, greater than 20 or lesser than 20? It is greater than 20. Yes or no? If it is greater than 20, then greater number will be your answer. That is 48 will be my answer, but not 42. If it is lesser than product means, then it will be lesser. So like that, what we need to do, we have to solve the square roots. And one more thing, I will solve one more problem for you. Start from the right side. Okay, suppose here 2 digits, and whenever it is 5 digits, what is my best suggestion? Whenever you are finding the 5-digit number square root, okay, you better first do the partition for 2 digits and go for the remaining 3 digits at a time. Take all the remaining 3 digits at a time. It will be much better. Okay, now, so first of all, what is the first condition? Second step, the square number is ending in 5. So the square root also ends in 5. Only there is one possibility, right? Now come to the second partition, 156. 156 falls between 12 square and 13 square. Yes or no? 12 square and 13 square. But the left side part of the answer always be filled with lesser number only, that is 12. So my answer is 125. That's it. As simple as like that. Why? Because here we got two possibilities, but here 5 is ends in only 5. Yes or no? So we are going to get easily this one without any possibilities. Directly I can say the answer is 125. Now what you do, take a pause on the video. Take a pause on the video and solve these three values. These three square roots. Find out the square roots of these three numbers. Okay. And check the answers after pause. Okay. Take a pause. Right. Now see here, what are the answers for this one? I will solve it first. Okay. So first of all, what is the first step? Make a partition of the 2 digits, two numbers. The square number is ending in 9. So the square root should end in either 3 or 7. Okay. Now come to the second partition. What is the third step? Come to the second partition. 44 comes between which squares? 6 square and 7 square. Yes or no? 6 square 36, 7 square 49. So 44 comes between 6 square and 7 square. Right? Now you tell me 44. Okay. Anyhow, the left side part should always be filled with smaller number only. That is 63. So my answer should be either 63 or 67. Okay. Fine. Now you tell me either of these two, which is the right one? 63 or 67? Now simply multiply the border square numbers between which we got this second partition. 6 7s are how much? Okay, 6 into 7, how much? 42. Now you compare with the second partition number. 44. Is 44 greater than 42 or less than 42? It is greater than 42. Greater means, okay, if you are comparing the second partition number with the product of those two square numbers which are at the border, okay, okay, if at all the second partition number is greater than the product, obviously greater number will be your answer. So here it is greater, so that will be 67, not 63. Okay, coming to this one, take 2 digits and the remaining 3 digits. 4, 9. 9 comes between 3 or 7. Okay, so 691 comes between how much it is? 26 square and 27 square. Okay, but always the square number is filled with smaller number, that is 263 and 267. Now how to find out the which is the right answer, either 263 or 267? So what you need to go for? You need to go for, okay, product of 26 and 27. What is the product of 26 and 27? How to calculate fast? I know already 26 square. Yes or no? What is 26 square? If I want to find out 26 into 27, okay, easily I will do one thing. What is the 26 square? 676. For 676, add one more 26. Then it will become 26 into 27. For 676, add one more 26. So 676 plus 26. Answer is 702. So the product is 702. Now compare 691 with 702. 691 is less than or greater than 702? It is less than 702. That is less than product. So obviously my answer is lesser one, not the greater one. Got it? Next, similarly, 2 digits and the remaining 3 digits. Last, the square number is ending in 1. So the square root should end in 1 or 9. Okay. Now 524. 524 comes between which squares? Between 23 square and 24 square. Yes or no? Okay. So 23 and 24. Now, but the left blank is always filled with 23. So my answer is 231 or 239. How to find out which is the right answer? So just go for the product of 23 and 24. So product of 23 and 24. How much? I know already 23 square. See how to find out 23 into 24. I know already 23 square is 529. So for 529, just add one more 23 to get 23 into 24. 529 plus 23, it is 552. So 552. Now you compare the second partition number 524 with 552. Is 524 greater than 552 or lesser than 552? Lesser than 552. Obviously my answer is lesser number, but not the higher number. So like this, we can find out the square roots of any 4-digit or 5-digit number for the perfect squares only. But remember, to find out the square roots easily, it is mandatory to know until 30 squares. To remember, to by heart until 30 squares. Okay. Now we'll go to our next topic, that is cube roots. How to find out the cube roots? Very easily.